Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Inside Line Racing and to a very wet Chinese Grand Prix qualifying session here in ILR5. I'm recording here at Omar, and with me is Joshua.
Well, hello there.
And yeah, everybody's heading round to get their quali lap started. And we've got a rev glitch in some of the drivers, so it's going to be a bit irritating, but nothing much we can do about that, sadly. But yeah, wet qualifying. Don't think the drivers expected this, did they?
Yeah, I'm sure all of them would have been sweating out TT, praying that it would be a dry qualifying at least. Hopefully we can get some intel from maybe one or two of the drivers in the stream. Because we need to find out if it's a wet race or not.
Yeah.
On top of this.
But anyway, laps are going to be started soon. What this does do is that it sort of locks in people's strategies. You don't have to worry about ultra softs. It means they can just flat out avoid them, meaning the one stop should be pretty easy. Unless it's wet in the race, which would really just throw strategy up in the air, to be honest. But we'll see how that all happens anyway. As Twacky is coming to the end of the first sector now then. If you see any yellow flags, that'll just be people preferring laps. It's one of them Cody's things. That's off the track, yeah. Wide off the track there. Not the best line for the first sector, but you have got to remember that it is wet. They haven't really, like I say, probably didn't expect these conditions, so they'll be rather acclimatizing to it, no matter every lap they do. So really don't expect the fastest times until right at the very end of the session.
They're all having to adjust their braking zones, but they're when they gear up and down, when turning points, like there's a lot to think about when you don't realise what's to come.
Unfortunately, one thing this rev glitch does mean is that we have very little information about when they're shifting up, when they're shifting down. It sort of would help see how they deal with all their oversteer or just rear end grip, or lack of rear end grip I should say. But so that's another thing this rev glitch is really irritating me with, so they really do need to get this fixed at some point. But anyway, Twacky is coming to the end of the lap to set the first time, I believe, unless somebody passed him on the out lap while I was setting the stream up. But anyway, coming to the line, he will be the first, and Twacky sets the pace of a 46.5. I imagine that'll be taken down quite a lot during the session.
Let's see what MK Ball can do.
J-Bob, 7 cents faster. What about MK Bourne? Has he just started the lap, or was it just invalidated?
Nah, I think he must have invalidated,
yeah.
His first lap, he'll probably go around again. See what he can do now.
Currently a Ferrari 1-2, 3/10 separating them. So I'm sure they'd be very happy if it finished like that at the end of the session, but there's still plenty more times to come in. Here comes Little Piece around the last corner now, as Bastos goes fastest now. And Little Piece goes P3. It's quite a lot clear.
Yeah, making their making an entrance.
Here's Jamie. He goes fastest.
Yeah.
A 44.5 for the Cyber driver. Let's go Cyber. Here comes Sumilanitaja. I still can't say his name, and he goes P5. I'll get his name eventually, but
Sumilan. Yeah, you're about right. So.
Oh dear, it needs to roll off the tongue. I keep stuttering every time I try to say it. No, I think what's his name? Carriage, whatever. He's gone further. I think he might be a reserve. I don't think I've seen him before, unless I've got a really bad memory. But anyway, he's went P3, so we're looking out for him throughout the rest of this race and qualifying session, I'm sure. See how he gets on. Noel is coming for the first sector now on a competitive lap, so we can follow this as he heads round. But currently we've got 9 times in so far, so just over half the field really have done some laps. We've got 11.5 minutes to go in the session. Like I said, with wet weather, it probably means they might actually have one less run as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure all the drivers are going to have a different mindset in qualifying, and whatever's to come into the race, we'll definitely be seeing a load of different strategies for sure.
So Noel heading onto the long back straight now. He's pretty shaky on the exit. Didn't look particularly confident, to be honest, but luckily he kept it on the road, and one of the longest straights in the calendar. He's about halfway through it now, heading to the braking zone. All looking good so far on this lap, and we'll see where he puts himself on the timing screens. He's wasted 8 minutes though trying to get this first lap in. He probably could have been a bit more efficient, but anyway, we'll see. Doesn't matter. Will he get this on the first attempt? P2. So it's a good effort, but
half a tenth off. I'm sure he'll take that for his first competitive lap.
Here comes Joe to start his lap. He was on the podium last time out in Bahrain, so we'll be hoping to take the momentum with him as he heads into turn 1. He's a bit all over the show, but that's sort of what's going to happen in the wet. There's just no grip. You're sliding your way around the corner hoping it'll stick, and I think he handled it rather well, actually, to be fair to him. And he really is struggling on riding on board. Just does not look comfortable. Through the first sector, 27.4, we got yellows in the last sector. That could just be for somebody preparing a lap, or maybe someone's binned it. I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out.
I think it's just cars on the straight going slow.
Wow, Joe really was. He's steering with the rear tyres, really. That's the best way I can describe this. This is really difficult looking on board. And it sort of shows to me he might have a high ballast on the setup, or maybe too much rear wing, or flat out just using the dry setup. Maybe it's going to be a dry race, taking the pain now. But it certainly is not looking very comfortable right now. And I imagine all the drivers are going to have to struggle with this throughout the session.
Might definitely benefit a few of the drivers going with a dry setup now. I think they can make up a lot of time in the race, but who knows what's to come. Something to look forward to in the race.
Yeah, we've got 20 people here so far, so good evening. And Noel sets the fastest lap, so the second attempt then, that's 2 laps on interest. I've seen people are just going round and round.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working out for them. So Noel goes quickest then, and Joe, he's gone into P4.
Bastos just went third there. With an improvement. Quite tight at the top there. 2 tenths separate the top 3.
Here is Mr. ILR League himself, Mr. Jack Gooding, here in the Red Bull. And that wasn't the best time in the world. 7.9 seconds off the pace. Maybe he used to be an ILR6, my friend. But I'm sure he'll be a bit more competitive this time around, and we'll try and find more people towards the ends of their laps, if there is anyone.
I'm sure there'll be at least 1 or 2 more improvements to come from the people. Bill goes into 13th, little improvement in his last time, but I'm sure he'll be hoping to improve a little bit more.
Bastos has gone the quickest.
Again improves, goes quickest by about a tenth, or just under a tenth there. Still quite close to the top there.
People are now pitting. I wonder if they will be just weighing it out even a bit, just to do one last run, because people on 3 or 4 lap old tyres, they do still have pace, but you can imagine they sort of know the conditions now. They'll be able to really go for it. I imagine we'll probably be ending up in the 43s by the end of this session. But MK Bourne heading down to the end of his lap now. Through the hairpin he goes. Will we see him get into the top 10? He's 2 seconds off pole right now, so it shows the gulf between the fields as they try and get just acclimatise to these conditions. And coming to the line now, MK Bourne. How fast is he this time? P3, only a tenth off, not even a tenth off.
That's really tight now, top 3. I'm sure they'll all be hoping they can get pole now, looking at how close it is.
So they're all just sort of heading into the pits now. Twaki has just come out, in fact, but some people will be starting their laps in a minute, in fact, including dear, carriage. I'm sure we just said carriage, but it's weird spelling. But anyway, not gonna judge him. He starts his lap now in the Renault. We'll watch him and see if he can get himself up towards the front. He's currently 8/10 off pole right now. We've got 6 minutes left, so we can probably get a couple of laps in. Obviously, these intermediate tyres doesn't really matter how many laps you do on them. If they have grip, then they will be able to do as many laps as they really want to.
I think if you jump on board with Selene here, I think he's on a quick lap. See how he's on the back straight now.
Yeah. That's weird braking into there. He's really going right to the very bottom of the gear and then shifting down. It's sort of conservative braking. Maybe it's to save fuel, but weird tactic there. As it comes to the line.
No. Doesn't improve.
No, he does. P7.
Oh wait, no,
took
it
his
does.
time.
Yep.
Ooh.
Will he go again? I think maybe if he's got enough fuel left in, carry on going on these tyres.
So 5 minutes and 8 seconds to go. People now starting their final sort of runs as Bastos is still out there on 5-lap old intermediates now. Interesting to see that unfolding. Wonder why he hasn't pitted yet.
Definitely start filling the way now. There's no way he's going to continue to improve. I'll be very impressed if he does, but if you look at the likes of MK Bourne and Jamie, they're definitely going to think they can improve as they've been fitted a new fresh set of inters. See what Jamie can do now here.
Here comes Carriage. He's looking good and goes
Oh,
fastest.
Courage Pole, yep. Courage Pole. Good lap from him.
And
Jamie now pits for those new inters.
Salas on a lap right now, I think, as well as Erlandine, but Erlandine's a bit further back. Salah just starting the third sector now, and we'll see if he can get himself up towards that top 10, maybe even into the top 5 or top 3 or top 2 or top 1. We'll see. But as he heads into the back straight, he might get a little bit of a toe off the Toro Rosso, but he's not quite close enough really in the right places. But still, he shall push on to the end of his lap now, and we'll see where he ends up going. He's 1.8 seconds off the pace right now, so we'll have to see how he gets on in this last corner. Hopefully no real mistakes. There's still lots of people sliding on the exit when they touch the curb, and as you can see, Salas is well away from it, and coming to the line, he is not going to improve on his time.
He'll go around again though. I'm sure he still thinks there's enough time, there's enough hope left. See if he can at least get into the top 10 maybe.
Here's our Landine. He's at the end of his lap now. Will he be able to improve? And I think the black box of hell has just returned. I'll need to get rid of that at the end of qualifying. Forgot to turn them off. I'm going to get told off by Jack again. But yeah, our Landine, he's now replaced Jack in well, Jack's now last place. Ha. But yeah, yellow's in all 3 sectors. You can tell people are trying to prepare their laps, and it's probably a bit confusing for some people. I want to see how far Noel is into his lap. That's just a preparation lap. So we'll watch his teammate instead. Simo Malamataja is currently on the back straight now, and we've got a lovely red glitch to have to endure, because unfortunately we're stuck on board for now. Come on, get off board. This could be the pole position lap, and all we can hear is what we can't hear is it's deafening the noise, honestly. And into the last corner he comes. 2 minutes to go. I think, did Twacky just set a lap there to go P5?
I think he's gone 5th there. He's gone ahead of Jamie. But he'll go around again.
No pitted. No pitted, I'm just noticing. I wonder if he's got enough time to get back out. You can see him being pushed into this garage now. And MK Bourne's only coming out now as well. This is going to be tight for some people here, whether they can get some laps in. In fact, it's going to be impossible for some of them. There's no way.
Oh yeah, no, they've gone out too late. They've left it too late. Yeah, there's no way.
Bastos will not have a chance then to go for a lap. Jamie is currently starting one now, he might have to pass these few. And I wonder why they've went out. Look at that. Carriages also went out, but it's just too late.
Back off, park it off.
So the top four then can't actually do another lap. So Jamie is currently the... Oh, wow. Joe.
Joe.
So
What a
Joe's gone quickest, and no one else from that top 5 is able to challenge him. Bit of an error there in judgment, unfortunately for them.
No, he's definitely not going to make it. Noel's still in the pits. MK's not going to make it. I think Jamie, Twacky are really... Oh no, Jamie's not going to make it either. I think it's between Twacky and Joe now for the pole. Unless the likes of...
Jamie is on a lap.
Twacky's won it.
Jamie is in a flying lap right now. So...
Oh right, yeah, Jamie's in a lap. See what he can do.
That's what I've been watching him. And like I say, I will get rid of the black box of hell at the end of the session. I completely forgot to turn it off because I needed to have it on so that I can get notifications about being invited to the actual lobby. Also, wouldn't have been able to get in because I would have missed it.
Little piece jumps up. I think that'll be his final lap unless he's got enough fuel left in the car to do one more at the last dying depths.
So here comes Jamie.
Yep.
To the last corner. Is this the pole position lap? As he heads through,
oh, he's
a bit wide. He's pushing it. Will it have invalidated his lap? Here he comes. He didn't improve. Didn't improve. Wise is on the lap as well as Sir Lane. But not too many people left.
I think that last corner from Jamie might have just been the difference between an improvement and not. Badly for him. But Was now. Any challenge?
P2.
He goes second! Wow, what a lap from Was there. Very close to pole position, I'll be really happy with that. P2 in qualifying then for Was. He had the benefit of actually having enough time right at the end there when the track was at its best. And he's taken the opportunity, grasped it with both hands, and
Sir Lane really scrappy for that last corner, couldn't improve, and that I think is it.
Wait, I think little pieces on another lap. Just
is he?
Managed to, yeah, I think he managed to get in, just across the line with like 3 or 4 seconds left.
This would be awkward when he goes fastest and I thought it was over.
Yeah.
For the last corner, he's actually not looking too bad to be fair to you. If he can keep it on the track, which he doesn't,
only a bit
he
wide.
might have a chance.
Does it improve? No, doesn't improve, stays 7th.
Right, let me quickly fix this. Get the black box of I don't want to see you out of the way. There we go, all gone. Okay, well I say all gone, but now I'm being told that my microphone's being connected. I don't care about all that. Yeah, it's gone forever. So it's Joe then on pole from Weiss, Carriage, Bastos, Noel, MK Bourne, Little Piece, Twacky, Jamie, Sir Lane, Josh, Bill, Simon Natasha, J Bob, Sally, Erlandine, and last is Jack. In his red bar. I don't think he wants to qualify anyway because he is, I guess, a reserve. He doesn't really mind finishing or starting last. Sorry, I think it's just
he'll just be watching the carnage. There's the medical car at the back.
The medical car. I had to pick up about 10 dead drivers if it's raining here. We'll have to see. Will it be like Australia? Will it be wet conditions? No, it's
sure
quite cloudy.
Most of the drivers will be most of the drivers would have hoped it would be at least dry in the race. That's definitely what I'm hoping for later on in ILR3.
Yeah, we all need a dry race, or else we will die.
Pretty much.
Yep. But anyway, here we go. Strategies are being made, I guess, and yeah, what are the choices going to be? I'll be surprised if there's that many people on the ultras, to be honest with you. But
yeah, I think it will be mainly supers, mediums. Otherwise, yeah, very early pit stops.
We don't use
on
supers.
Those ultras.
We do not use supers. You can't say supers.
No, not supers. Ultras. ultras
Alright,
will
let's see.
definitely.
What is everybody on? Everybody but Super Milan Ataja are on the soft compound tire. Super Milan Ataja is on the mediums. So, haha, ultra softs. No one likes you, and I'm not surprised.
Doesn't surprise me either. Definitely wouldn't do that myself because you're, well, not forcing yourself to do a two-stop, but it'll be very difficult to keep those ultras lasting as long as you need to, so you aren't risking a puncture at the end on medium. But maybe it could benefit him, who knows?
Lens in the chat doesn't know that you exist, Josh. Didn't know you were my co-com.
Oh. Well, I'm here now, so you have to get used to me, I'm afraid.
But, anyway, yeah, they're all heading around the formation lap now. We've got 25 people to see the start. Hopefully it's a good one. Probably a good time to tell you all to make sure if you're new here, subscribe and turn notifications on, like the video and all that good stuff, because you need notifications so that you know when we're live. You know, it's rather important. But yeah, we're closing in on 800 subscribers now on the channel, which is fantastic. Only 4 away from that, so you know, maybe we can get there tonight. Who knows? But we've got a race to watch, so I'll stop looking at a number and we'll start looking at loads of ones and zeros on the screen instead.
That is a great sight, I have to say, on the back straight China, looking at all 20 drivers, or 17 in this case, warming up the tyres. And MK Bond's been disqualified.
Well, one person has been disqualified. So
that's alright.
Well, MK Bourne has won at something today. You can see he's now the first man to the grid, using his teleportation magical skills to get to P6. But he will soon get passed by people as they all line up on the grid for the start of this race here in China. The ILR5 Chinese Grand Prix is about to get underway, and just waiting for the back few drivers to arrive. Jack arriving in his grid slot in the next couple of seconds, and he is lining up right now, and we are ready to go here in China. The lights are on ahead of the drivers. They're away with a decent start for Joe. Wise a little bit shaky off the line. He's already free abreast into turn 1. That could get pretty interesting. Who's going to come out of there in the lead of them three? Got Bastos looking on the inside, not quite able to make it work. And there's plenty of stuff going on in the background as well. Cars going side by side. But Wise holding on to that P2. I think there's a car off the track there, possibly. But yeah, I'm surprised Wise was able to hold on to that, even though he had such a poor start.
Yeah, I think most of the drivers kept it quite clean there. There was no spinners, I don't believe. But yeah, Wise held his position there after going 3 wide into turn 1. It was one of the, latest breaker. Held it in front of Bastos. He'll be happy with that recovery.
Oh, off to Narnia.
Yeah, a few drivers there.
Yeah, they appear to be going flat out through there. That's not how you do it. And MK Bourne having a little bit of a battle. So is Josh trying to get past Sir Lane. And I think we've got a bit of a graphic that's going on with the tyres as well. So I apologise for that. It looks a bit weird on my screen. I don't know about yours, but
a
little bit all over you.
getting into things, and then I think the game will catch up maybe. As Josh goes for a dive on Selene, as well as Twacky on MK Bourne.
Oh wow!
MK Bourne gets a dodgy exit. Josh is going to go around the outside into the last corner. Can he do it? No. MK keeps the position. Josh with a better exit though.
Yeah, but look at the train. He's going to start getting behind him. There goes Sir Lane on the inside. Can he get by? Josh
goes very wide. MK's getting a bit sideways. Slane's through.
Almost contact there as well. But yeah, Josh couldn't really make any ground there in the end. So Joe's now got a 1.5 second lead, while he's seemingly struggling a little bit because he's got Bastos all over him as well, and I think Sir Lane might have just been taken down a few positions. He's down to P11, so I wonder that's a result of a dive bomb. But yes, he's fell a few positions out of the points now, and Bill was the only pitter on that first lap. He's on to mediums. So
little piece in P6 right on the back of Carriage. See what we can do going onto this back straight here. As Carriage gets a bit wide, little piece wants to carry more speed right on the back of him. I'm sure we'll definitely want to get past him now, if not into the corner.
Stays out of the slipstream, interestingly, as he heads towards the turn. Wasn't really interested in making a move.
Yep. I'm sure he'll want to keep behind him though.
Moves going on in the background. Two Red Bulls making some ground. And still side by side to the last corner goes J-Bob and Salah. Oh dear, into the wall goes J-Bob, so that didn't quite go to plan. He's going to drive backwards. Will he get disqualified? I think he's trying to get to the pit lane, but he's now reversing there. He's been disqualified from the session. Unsurprisingly, he got desperate there. And looks like Twacky's been into the wall as well. It's all going off here on lap 3 of the Chinese Grand Prix. Twacky, he was on the podium last week, is now nowhere this week. He's broke his front wing. He's got some Lanatasha on his inside. The Haas driver currently struggling for pace actually right now, and yeah, probably just wants to get into a rhythm before he starts having battles.
He goes wide with that broken front wing.
He spun off, I think. Did he spin off or did he just go off to Narnia? He's out.
He's given in. It's not the ideal start he wanted. And now he's out of this race.
Oh, Bastos pretty wide there. Could give Noel a chance with DRS as they head down the back straight. The closing speed should be more, but Bastos is on 5 hot lap to try and defend. So I don't think there's a move, but he's going to try it anyway. Noel, little look on the inside, couldn't get it done though. Meanwhile, looks like Orlando and Jack having a bit of a ding-dong. And no real challenge there, I don't think, from Jack. I think he was getting overtaken on that straight, didn't do much to defend. Caught it late, so I really assume that's what happened. But yeah. Gaps starting to get stretched out a little bit in some places, but certainly seeing some good fights starting for P4 now. Noel tried that dive bomb, wonder if he's overheated tyres, gotten too cold possibly. Even little pieces having to go as well on a carriage, so just yeah, it's interesting to see where people's grip really is on the start.
He's got the better exit, little piece. He's looking, just showing his car in the mirrors. Little piece definitely looking like the faster driver. He's going to want to get past him as soon as possible if he wants to make more progress in this race.
So it's lap 4 then, out of 28, and Joe's now nearly 3 seconds clear, and Carriage is off the road.
Very wide, little piece, lifts off a bit, leave him some room.
That gives Carriage the run though on the exit, actually. Going wide gives him such a good run that he's got back past. So they'll be going side by side into the hairpin. Who comes out on top? Little piece. Does he back off or does he go for it? He does back off a little bit. Could have probably been a little later. Josh and Jamie.
Just Jamie.
Into the last corner. Jamie's got a good run on the exit. Will we see him go into turn 1? He's certainly close enough. He'll go to the inside line. Can he get this move done? Ooh, do you know what? Josh is going to stick this right around the outside. He'll run out of road though, so he doesn't quite get to place. Bastos, by the way, is right on the back of Wise now. 4/10 is the gap, so they are going to get pretty close and personal very soon indeed.
It's kind of a freeway battle for 4th or also forming. I think Noel's dropped off a bit after that dive on Bastos earlier.
It's more a 4-car fight even for, I mean, MK Bourne is right there. So, yeah, little pace in MK Bourne. I wonder who's got the pace better than M2. Sir Lane has DC issues, so he's gone as well.
Position, yeah. I'm sure he'll be disappointed about that. In a good position in the race, but he's out at the moment. See if he can get back in.
Yeah, Josh, could you turn your mic up a little bit actually? Just as Bastos goes to the move. Just as Bastos goes round the outside, hopefully you can turn your mic up a little bit. But Bastos going right round the outside. He's going to try and make this one work and have the inside then for the last corner. And I don't think Wise is going to be able to fight this one. Into the last turn they go. And you know what? Wise has actually got right round the outside and got it finished. This has got Noel right on the back, and we've got a very big fight now for P2. How long's Wise going to be able to hold on to this? He's got the DRS into turn 1, and that meant that he could just about stay ahead for now. But Noel, Carriage, Little Priest and MK Bourne are right into this fight, and Wise is having to defend this very hard indeed.
Check the time also. There's Little Piece gets past Carriage, I believe. They're almost side by side. I think he'll dive him again into here. No, Little Piece gets late. He holds it. Yeah, I think Little Piece is into P5.
All this is making the gap at the top just get larger and larger. It is 4.6 seconds right now.
It is now, I think, a 6-way battle for second, pretty much. Just a WAS train, you could say.
Yeah.
Sure, that's not what we would have wanted starting in second place, to have a train at the stage.
Well, if he can hold on to the P2, then I'm sure he'll be happy. I mean, I don't think he really minds how many people get stuck behind him, as long as he can defend.
Yeah, they keep battling away. It could be an advantage later into the race, but right now he's going to look to be defending wherever he can, unless he can build a gap. Go for an early pit stop. Who knows what everyone's strategy is still. We have no idea what people have planned.
I guess
Jack goes from move on his teammate, and I think he's through.
Yes, he's got by. And another lap, and who's gonna pass who on this one? They're still all in DRS really, from 2nd down to 7th. So plenty of battling to still be going on there. And I wonder if Sir Lane has returned. He has indeed, because he's trying to have a go on Erlandine. So he's still got that fighting spirit. He came back, dropped down a position or two, but now is back past Erlandine. Round the outside, will he get the move completed? I think he will. Nah, that's a good move. So Erlandine having to sit behind for now.
Bastos is looking really racy. Just seen him get a dip of tire on the grass there, chasing off the WAS. Definitely wanting to make a move as soon as he can. Right at the back of the Mercedes, as WAS defends. Let's see what happens on the straight here.
Past Noel, look.
Little Piece here is making even more progress.
Not a bad run.
The other Toro Rosso, can you get Wasi up DRS now?
I think he's gonna get him.
Wasi's gonna break late though.
Oh, look at that behind! Free press and they've all had contact.
Oh! Was makes contact with Bastos as well. It was all a bit of a mess through there.
Noel falls right down. This has really not gone too well.
MK4.
This is starting to get pretty messy, to be honest with you, as they head down towards turn 1 now. Somehow they're all still in the race. I would have thought by now they would have had a little bit of a disaster.
Ooh,
I speak too soon.
Very close there, MK4.
Let's just let's just not speak too soon on this. That's all I'm gonna say. Just don't speak too soon.
Gonna go for a dive. Carnage defends. Late braking from MK4. Bit more contact. Very close to
really going for this.
It's just bunching up the field more and more, and that's lag. Never mind. Um,
So currently then, Joe's lead is now 5.4 seconds, and was that Noel having a little look
no,
on little pace? He is certainly going to try it, but I don't think
get a
he's
better
really
run
got
here.
anywhere to go. Which is a bit of a problem when you're trying to overtake.
It's really a struggle to get the car around onto the straight on that long right-hander. You can see all the drivers having to lift so much before they can really get the power down. But no, brakes a bit late, little piece locks up, but he stays behind the Toro Rosso for now.
So I wonder who actually caused that crash earlier, because they all just went free abreast into the hairpin. Probably wasn't the most intelligent move I've ever seen. I just wonder who caused it.
Yeah, it turned into a battle for second and a battle for fourth on the same spot in the space of half a second. They were
Yeah,
all bunched up.
well, I'm sure we'll find out in time who caused what. I'm sure no one really cares.
No damage, so no swear words came out, I'm sure, or maybe one or two did, but as long as we continue in this frame, massive battling, as Jamie's now caught up to this pack as well.
So
So
Wise is doing a good job really holding this, because I would have thought he would have possibly cracked and lost it by now, but it seems that he's going pretty well still.
well, I think we can start to think also at this stage about when drivers are going to be coming in for mediums if they're all planning on doing a one stop.
Yeah, I think it has to
And
be
I think,
mediums. I don't think there's any sort of question about
yeah,
it. And
as
there
the
we go.
Taurus on last,
As I was saying about Wise's good defence, it's just ended. So basically that
I
means
think
I know nothing. And
I don't think he could have done a lot more about this, just the raw pace that Taurus had done the straight there. He did his best, but he's now down to P3.
so we got yellows in sector 3. Let's see if we can find who that was. Couldn't see anybody. And oh, MK Bourne
MK
and
Bourne,
Carriage.
he's
Carriage is
gone
off to Narnia.
wide.
Look. So
Carriage has really not had a good run in turn one, I think.
yeah, like I say, he's off to Narnia. So I wonder what caused that. Must have had a little bit of contact somewhere. But he survived it, and Josh is out of the race. Will we see his broken car maybe on the exit of the last corner? Or was it beforehand? I can't say I saw him. But he's out. So that's a shame. Race winner last time out, and now he's out. It's what a
He'll
difference a
be
week
on the
can
plane,
make.
on the plane to Baku, making maybe a different strategy call for that next week. Next week on Thursday.
Yeah. Well, hopefully crashing isn't in the agenda next week, and he should be all good. And yeah. They still continue to race away then, and Joe is, has to be said, he's way off in the distance now. He's been riding on board, and to be brutally honest with you, it doesn't look like anyone's going to get him today. He's pretty gosh darn dominant so far. And well, that's good for him, and I'm sure he's absolutely thrilled to bits with himself. It sort of kills the racing a little bit, doesn't it? For the winning.
Yeah, a tiny bit, but I'm sure the rest of them will make it as entertaining as possible.
They're better.
Maybe get the chance to take him. Yeah, well, I think the battle for fifth now is heating up quite a lot with Jamie, Noel, and MK Bourne being the contenders.
Yeah, absolutely. But Jack was the first, I think, into the pits there, and he's went on to his medium. So will he keep it in the points? Should do. Once it all funnels through, maybe he'll even jump a few people. And
yeah, it could benefit him massively with all these battles going on.
just trying to see if Carriage did he get front wing damage from that incident earlier? Obviously, he was spinning off in turn 1, I think it was, but I don't think he's got any damage, so he'll just keep going round. And why is he still up in DRS, you know, of Bastos? So there's still a chance.
He's definitely not just let him shoot up into the distance after he's been passed by him. He's definitely going to want to keep with the Toro Rosso so he can contend for that podium later on in the race.
I just, yeah, wonder if anyone has got a chance of beating Joe, or beating Joe, sorry.
Is anyone going to come into the pit now? That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, yeah.
Bastos out, but Little Piece comes in.
Oh, Jamie's in, and Little Piece is in.
James in, Little Piece is in. Now, I'm pretty sure that could be the decider in terms of positioning after all the leaders, well, other than Joe, in terms of where they're going to be.
Well, see, since they're so close, it probably will mean quite a lot for them, yeah. And Jamie is behind Little Piece still, so nothing's changed in there. And
no dodgy penalties to take in the pit lane for them at least.
So Lane was in the pits there, and Jack jumped in with ease there. And I think it's only Simon and a challenge here. Maybe even Carriage, he could jump again, I don't know. We'll have to see. But he's not having a bad race in last, is he?
Is it just me? Because for me, Jack's on the softs.
And you need to always believe the graphic. Always believe the graphic. That's yeah, the graphic.
Okay, he's on the mediums on the graphic, but he's on the softs one. Okay, well we'll just leave that up to the game then.
Like I say, always believe the graphics. The graphics are always right. It's one of them brilliant glitches that they brought over from F1 2017 because obviously the fans it was received quite well from the fans when it last appeared. So they brought it back, and it is here for a second term. And
the leader pits.
Yes, leader pits. Weiss,
along with the rest of the leaders. Yep. I think everyone's going to be coming in now.
No.
I think MK Bourne stayed out though.
Yes, MK Bourne did stay out. And let's watch Little Piece then. Let's see, where does Little Piece end up in all this? That's the question, because he's the leading.
MK Bourne.
The first pits.
We'll be talking with Was because I'm sure Was would have wanted to have the first call, but Little Piece comes out in 6th position.
He is ahead of Noel then, and there's yellows in sector 1 as well. Trying to figure out what that is. They've gone in now to the yellows, but
Jamie's right on the back of Noel now.
He really is, isn't he? Starting looking nice and aggressive. And will he have a little go? Just not quite close enough, was he?
I think MK Bourne might be the crucial part to play now in this midfield battle, or midfield battle in the top 10 at least.
Well, let's see. He's looking okay now, to be honest. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say he's, you know, flying or anything, but his pace isn't bad. So we'll see where he ends up. Could he possibly jump people? Would that be possible? With Wise and Bastos still are going to be a little bit too close to each other. I don't know. They could maybe start fighting down this strip. MK Bourne pits now. But is there any chance he could get ahead of the other two? Or is that just not really viable?
If his pit stop is quick for the Mercedes team, it could definitely be hoping for it.
Medium tires go on. Joe already away off into the distance, and no one's going to see him for the rest of the day. Unless something goes badly wrong. And here's Bastos and Wise getting past. What about Little Piece actually? Look at where Little Piece is in all this. He's a P5 currently, but we've got Noel and Jamie. As Jamie gets past a lapped car there. Will we see Jamie have a go at some point? Revving the hell out of the first gear, has to be said. Weird way of going round, but
After those pit stops, I have to say, Was still right at the back of Bastos, if not even closer than he was before.
Yeah, can he regain that position that he held for a good few laps at the start? It was 8-9 laps probably, wasn't it? So he held it for quite a while, but can he regain it?
I'm sure he'll be looking to get the best run now onto this straight, get the position back just as he lost it. See if he can do it here.
So we're about to hit the halfway stage of this race, and currently Joe is leading from Simulataja, who's yet to pit, and then Bastos, Wise, Little Piece, MK Bourne, Noel, Jamie, Carriage, Jack, Bill, Sirlane, Erlandine, Saleh, and your retirements, Twacky, Josh, and J-Bob. 2 Ferraris. What a disaster for them. As Joe just confirms his dominance, really, and sets a fastest lap.
Yes, Joe's definitely having the best day out of all these drivers for sure. He'll be looking to just be bringing the car home now. As I don't know how to say his name, the Haas driver in second place is getting in the way now, you could say, of these two.
Oh,
running his own
there goes White. Run the outside! Is he going to hit the Haas?
Advantage.
I think he
has like a roadblock as Wes. They both get past the Haas.
Side by side! Not quite happening there.
Risky, very risky from Wes there.
Absolutely, but he
stays behind him.
He's got to make risks like that if he wants to get on to that second place again now. And he's still right on the back. You can see him absolutely pushing the track limits to the max. You can see just how difficult it is for him.
I'm sure he went from loving the Haas to hating him after he was kind of used as a roadblock for the Torosso and then blocked him trying to go around the outside of the Torosso into that corner there. Well, but he's even closer than he was last lap on the straight now. He's gaining and gaining and gaining. What can he do?
Around the outside, that's going to be interesting. It'll work for him on the exit though, but he's had a massive slide.
Bit wide into the last corner. I think he'll have to wait at least another lap as MK Bourne, as I'm going to say it, yeah, no, I'm not going to say it. He pits, the Haas driver pits.
There goes Jamie, right round the outside into turn 1. Who's going to get ahead here? No, ahead at the moment. That's really good. He switched that back to the inside just in time. Where's he put him?
No room. So he stays very wide. Still side by side between the Sauber and Haas driver. As Jamie gets the better run.
Oh, that is so close to contact, and it was contact. And still on the exit. Nah, still on the exit. No's got a chance.
Again. James on the inside now.
Oh, he's hit him. He's hit him and he lost momentum there. He lost momentum as a result. And guess who this puts into the frame? Carriage is right on the back of these two now.
Right. As the same as Wes and Bastos there, except even closer between the drivers.
Oh, Jamie
defends very
aggressively and a bit oddly, to be said as well. And they're side by side. This does not work.
Very wide.
This does not work out for them. Noel's got past. Renault might get the two of them. Look at this, they're going to go free abreast, surely.
The Renault is going to have them both. Oh, he goes into P6.
Oh, Jamie's really lost out. And I think Jack has had a little disaster there. You can see he's fell down. There was yellow flags out for it. And Jamie's the big loser.
That's the lane through.
Oh, Jamie almost cut the corner, went straight into the side. But luckily he avoided.
The Renault, I think, here though. Is the freeway battle still going on? Into turn 1, Jamie gets down the inside of Renault. Did he go for the Haas as well?
Oh, he thought about it. You see, he had to brake really late there. Back out of it at the last second. Bill is into the pits again. After his lap 1 shenanigans, unfortunately he had to pit. And it sort of ruined his race on the outset, and onto the softs he goes, and he'll be off to the end of the race on them. Meanwhile, Wise
Well,
is now 3 tenths back from Bastos, so he's still close. But he's low on fuel, so he's got to start saving that at some point. And I'll tell you what, Bastos has also got more usable energy, so it's not really working out too well for Wise. He's putting absolutely everything into this battle.
Bastos gets a really bad exit there.
Yeah, but Wise wasn't particularly good either. Little Pace is in DRS of these two as well, so he is still a factor. Maybe not on this lap, but the next few laps. But Wise, he's got a great run. He was really wanting to go for that inside line, but there was just no room. So round the outside, contact was made. I don't think there's any damage, but Wise just cannot find his way through. But here on the exit, the last corner, he's got a great run as he heads onto the line. This is for P2. Where's he gonna go?
No ERS though. He's got no ERS. Bastos is gonna have that advantage.
Inside. Wise goes for it. He's gonna get him into turn 1 and 2. Can he get him?
Pushes him. Leaves the space. What are you hanging around the
outside? Somehow Bastos is still ahead. There goes Wise. And Wise surely ahead now, right? Right? He's still on the inside. Overcooks it.
Pushes him out.
Overcooked it. He overcooked it. Bastos is back ahead.
So why inside again? But he's letting through. What a battle between the drivers, though.
Jack and Sir Leon are into the pits again. I don't think that was in their game plan today. Wonder what happened there. But that does put Erland down in the points, although he might have been there already. I wasn't really paying attention. But he's certainly in the points now. He wasn't there before, okay? I wasn't really looking. Because there's more battles to be going on. But I certainly know Jack wasn't planning on pinning again, I don't think. But probably wrong about that as well.
As the freeway battle continues now onto the straight again. Between the Renault, Sauber and Haas driver. As the Renault goes very wide, carriage has really dropped off there.
Renault goes wide? Or is it the...
Yeah, extremely wide carriage. Went onto the grass. But the
Jamie
there.
Jamie was so close into hitting him there. And Noel, does he get through as MK Bourne gets penalties? He's going to get a fantastic run, but he broke... Yeah, he turned in too early. Had to back out of it and turn it again. So that sort of kills that move, you'd think.
Get the running in though. Turn 1. You go for the inside again. No, you stick behind him, you'll wait for another opportunity.
Bill is up into P11 now, 9 seconds away from a point in his McLaren.
I'll tell you what, Little Piece, the other Toro Rosso driver, Watt is now in a Toro Rosso sandwich, because he's right on the back of these two, battling away. And you might have a chance of getting a podium here, Little Piece.
Well, Little Piece,
fancy himself.
He's been there for a while now. He's just been waiting for his opportunity, and maybe it's arrived. He just did go wide there, but ignore that. Maybe his chance will arrive in the next few moments. Possibly not this lap. I don't think it's close enough on this lap, but certainly look out for him if them two ahead start fighting again. That's more what we need to be worrying about. And looks like a car. I know they called him Carnage there. Carriage is catching the back of Jamie again. So a chance at getting past there. As DRS gets opened up for the two of them. As they head down that back straight once again. Really aggressively moving on the straight there was Noel. That could have affected him into the braking zone. I think it did, you know. Because it means that Jamie gets the better run. And into the last corner they go. All is still same for their little battle.
Right at the back of West now into turn 1 as well. As West is falling off a bit.
Into turn 1 goes the Haas. And can Jamie get past him? Just no room. But these three, all very, very close to each other still. But yeah, Little Piece. Let's see Little Piece. After Wise overcooked it, he just doesn't seem to have had the pace, unfortunately, to get back past, which is really unfortunate, because he might end up losing the podium, and I think that might break the heart of a few people in the chat, to be honest.
Indeed. So, after that second position start, he'll definitely at least want to keep on the podium.
Let's actually look at the show. Let's see what people have been saying. Let's see how they're all getting on. Still 17 people here. And, yeah, there are people supporting Wise in here.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Top guy.
of course,
driver.
Paul McGuinness is in here celebrating him, well, supporting him. But he might be about to have, he might be about to have a little bit of a meltdown here because if Little Piece gets past, I think everybody in ILR will shed a tear possibly. But we'll see. Can the Mercedes driver hold on? I think we all sort of need him to really for reasons.
Just reasons. Sorry, Little Pieces. Nothing personal. Just
Nothing personal, but you know, we're so used to seeing Wise get it wrong. I'll never stop.
A legend, you could say, in the ILR community.
Yeah.
In the ILR karting community. In the racing community as a whole.
Here we go. Let's get the plugs.
No plugs, just slight mentions. Just but we continue on as Was is now dropping off ever so slightly each lap. 2 Bastos. Looks like he's trying to get away to secure that second position.
So we've got 8 laps to go. Well, it'll be 7 at the end of this one because it's basically the end. So it's more like 7.25 laps to go in this race. And Joe, that gap is actually staying rather similar now. I do think Bastos has got good pace. It just took him too long to get in the position that he's in now. If he'd been in there, say from the start, maybe this could have been closer for the victory. But for now, it just seems to be, I don't want to say over, because the second I say that, Joe will then proceed to crash. But
Carriage on Jamie around the outside into the hairpin. I think he's got it. Yep.
Not bad.
Jamie's going to be disappointed with that. He's going to want to get right back on the runner.
Yeah. And that's surprising. I mean, Jamie was driving well, but I think he's just used all his fuel and all his errors, and that's what's put him down there, unfortunately.
You can see him sliding into turn 1 on those old mediums.
Oh yeah, his mediums. His mediums are also just a lap older as well. I mean, you may not think that means much, but it does make quite a big effect. So, yeah. Oh, Little Piece is ahead of Wise. Look at that! They're going side by side in a place in the track where you really wouldn't expect to see these two side by side. Look at MK Bourne as well. He might get involved, and the ILR community sheds a tear as Little Piece gets past. But will Wise do one of his trademark dive bombs? Oh no, it's MK Bourne doing the dive, and he's hit the back of his teammate and damaged his front wing.
Oh no. Disaster from him.
Oh no. Yeah, that's what I was there.
Indeed.
Oh dear.
Wow. Still, though, would he go for a dive down? Little Piece. I'm sure he's going to be thinking about it. Breaks a bit later.
He just think about it, but it just couldn't get it done.
No. Can he chase after Little Piece now? He's going to have to back out of doing his defending jobs that should have done most of this race. He's going to need to attack now if he wants to get back his podium. As Jamie's
penalty, yeah.
Naughty boy.
That might just end his pursuit of P7 and P6.
I'll tell you what though, Carriage, gone wide, he's really making a charge through the field now. As he's right at the back of Noel now.
Oh, it's a Carriage. If he didn't get spun earlier, he would have been right in that fight for the podium probably. But sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. And unfortunately, he's down in P7. Still a great points position, but it's always a story of what could have been, I guess. And yeah, I think MK Bourne really dropped the ball there with that dive bomb on his teammate there, because he, well, Wise is now a second behind Little Piece. He just doesn't seem to have the pace. You know, I reckon MK Bourne probably could have got him. But now with the penalties and the front wing damage, I just can't see it happening.
I think Noel might actually have a chance at catching MK Bourne or
I
Carriage at
mean,
this rate.
you can see as Jack retires from the session. I mean, you can see MK Bourne is wide on he's everywhere. He's wide everywhere. And I want to see actually if we can figure out where Jack binned it. It might be pretty difficult to see, to be honest. I don't know. Yellow's in sector 1. Who's in sector 1? Nothing happened. Thought that was going to be the leaders there for a second in trouble. 5 laps to go though here in China. Don't forget we got ILR4 and ILR3 coming up at 8 o'clock. So do stay tuned for them, and you know, watch ILR3 because it's better. And me and Josh are in it, and
yeah,
other stuff.
We're like we're world class as well, so you know that helps pushing. You know,
yeah,
not that our full drivers aren't world class, but you know, we're more world class.
It's only a suggestion, but watch ILR3.
Yeah, it's more of a demand, but yeah, it's a suggestion as well.
You watch ILR3 or I kill you.
Pretty much the deal. But we continue on as Was has now got the gap a little bit closer now. He's definitely going to be on the charge now, really wanting this podium more than anyone at this stage of the race, especially after being overtaken by both Toro Rosso drivers. Really not going to be liking Toro Rosso at this point in the race.
Yeah. Toro Rosso though, has to be said, they're having a really good day.
Indeed they are. But no, oh, West goes very deep into that hairpin there. Missed his braking zone completely, almost plowed into the Toro Rosso there. But Noel and Carriage continue to battle away. So Noel stays in front of the Renault driver.
So, 4 laps now to go. It's actually starting to get a little bit brighter. It's looking like a pretty nice day here at Shanghai. As Twacky's ghost car finally gets past Jack's destroyed, ruined car. It's probably going to head somewhere. Luckily...
wasn't looking so good in qualifying compared to what it's like at this stage.
Yeah, but it's looking like a good day in China at last. And fingers crossed that it's... well... did we want it to stay dry in ILR3? Really? I don't know.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We wanted it to stay fully dry. No,
I fancied it. I fancied a trip to Beijing. I don't know. I fancied a trip to Beijing. So.
I fancy finishing the race, so I would prefer, you know, just keep dry. Just no rain, please. Thank you, Codemasters, if you're listening. Just make it dry. Cheers, if you could. That'd be great.
End before the lobby host just sets it to full wet.
Well, I'll be having words, but let's forget about ILR3 and continue on into the last stages of this race. Was needs to push now if he wants that podium.
Oh.
He needs to do all he can as MK Bourne gets a 5-second stop go penalty.
MK Bourne, where have you been going, my dude? You are all over the show.
Might be due to his broken front wing.
Yeah, but a 5-second stop go? What's he done?
I think Noel's definitely gonna be, well,
past him.
You might not know about that penalty, but
he'll be past
he'll
him
be
by
looking
miles.
at the Renault behind him as well as the Mercedes in front of him very soon. Be a three-way battle for 5th place.
Well, I mean, let's just remember there are penalties to be given out. Really, you know, it's all sort of provisional positions right now.
That will come into play definitely at the end of the race. I'm sure Joe will still keep his position unless he's been secretly getting many penalties throughout the race. But everyone else definitely be a bit nervous.
Yeah. Anyway, let's just let's watch White. Is he still closing, or is his pace just sort of fizzled away? I mean, little pieces on older tires as well. It might just be a bit of a pace problem, sadly, for Wise. Although I'm sure he'll be thrilled to still finish P4, but... oh, it could have been a podium.
what could have been for him. But I have to say, Bastos, he's now built a massive gap. Fair play to him after struggling to get past Was initially. He's now carriage back on no.
Oh, wise penalty. And that just sort of
kills it off. Podium chance, but I'm sure he'll be okay.
Do you know what? Position. Do you know what might cost Carriage here? He's got a DRS failure.
Has he? Oh no.
This could really ruin everything. One of them weird things with the F1 2018 is that they decide to put random luck into the game with DRS issues. It could happen in qualifying and race, and quite frankly, I think it's a complete disgrace and it shouldn't be in the game at all. And you will never see, you rarely see DRS failures in the first place in real F1, maybe once a year, maybe twice if you're lucky, and yet you're seeing it every 5 minutes on the F1 game, and it ruins people's races. I think it is a joke. I mean, you get it, sometimes it'll just say stuck open, and that'll take you out of a race. It's just one of them things, it shouldn't be in the game, but hey ho, there's no point complaining, is there? I mean, it's out now unless they do something interesting.
I'm sure you said exactly what Carriage is thinking right now, to be honest.
Oh, Noel is going for the move on the exit.
I'm sure he doesn't realise that MK Bourne, well, you might realise by now that he has a broken front wing.
Bill, out of the race! Oh
P11.
no.
But no, around the outside is MK Bourne going to try and hold it, despite his penalties in the wing. A little bit of contact leaves hardly any room for the Haas driver there.
Yep, final lap then of the Chinese Grand Prix here in ILR5, and MK Bourne.
Another penalty. Yep,
he just seals the deal, doesn't he? Just seals the deal.
He's gonna be 8th position. That's gonna be one more for these three guys.
Oh, down the inside goes Noel, and he wants to be careful that he doesn't let Carriage go past him here.
MK Bourne, he's not giving in. Despite what he's had to withstand, he's just not giving in. He's holding this track position.
Carriage just had a massive slide out of, well, towards the end of Sector 1.
Really struggling in those old mediums now.
So, who's going to come out on top here? I mean, Noel is trying everything he can. You're just worried that he's going to go for a really late dive and it might take him out or something. But that's really worst case scenario. Maybe we're just thinking about it too much. But will he ever go into here?
Oh, he looks up. Did he break his front wing there, the Renault driver?
Right, well, as luck would have it, we have to go and watch the winner. Here comes Joe through the final corner. He comes to the line, and Joe takes the third round here in ILR5. But let's see how these guys are going, because Noel's right onto the grass, and look where Carriage is as well.
Oh, he's pushing him, 3 wide into the hairpin.
3 wide.
Trying to get the snap on both of them.
Off goes MK Bourne into the side!
But he holds the position as the Renault sticks behind him. MK tried his absolute best to stay in that 5th position, but they get past them eventually.
Jamie and MK Bourne have had horrific accidents.
Horrific accident across the line.
Wow. Well, let's see. Will Super Bananatage actually crash into them, or will he avoid? He will avoid. Good driving. Erlandine gets the points in the end. Yay. And Sir Lane, Saleh, and well, Twaki is a ghost car. So waiting for Sir Lane and, well, Saleh. Will Sir Lane have a little bit of an incident, or will he just be normal? Oh, well, his finished car just crashed into Jamie. It's a bit mean, wasn't it? And Saleh, I think he's just going for the fastest lap. You can see he's on the ultra soft tyres, so I'm about to see a banger of a lap come through here as Wise leaves the session.
He's going to be disappointed with 4th position after where he started, but happy with the point he's got.
And he crashes as well. But unfortunately, unfortunately, we don't have time for interviews because we really do need to get ready for ILR3.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm really worried about what tires are gonna qualify on.
Yeah, I've got no clue. But in the end, then Renault driver only just under 2 tenths away after all that carnage with the Mercedes getting in the way. They're going 3-1 into the hairpin. That was definitely one of the highlights of the race, I have to say. But yeah,
Well,
good
listen,
racing.
yeah, good racing all the way until the last lap, and that is ILR5 for you. And for your first look at ILR5, how was that, Josh?
It was alright, to be fair.
Yeah,
My expectations were exceeded, I have to say.
hopefully you'll turn up for the rest of the races then.
I will indeed try my best to.
So then,
And I
that
hope you enjoy.
that is it then for ILR5. We have got 15 minutes until ILR4 and ILR3 get underway. And once again, make sure you subscribe, turn them notifications on so you don't miss any of our races. And until next time, have a nice time and safe
And watch ILR
travels.
first.
Oh yeah, watch ILR3 as well. That's the important bit.